Welcome to the Explainer. Look, if you're managing a team or sitting in a boardroom right now, you really need to pay attention to a fundamental shift happening in corporate workflows. Right now, there's this massive, high-stakes technology race between the US and China, and Mark Zuckerberg recently found himself right at the absolute center of it. For the past 4 years, OpenAI has kind of been leading the charge, but Meta has been hunting for a clear win. So Meta attempted to do what massive tech giants do, right? They tried to buy an AI tool called Manus AI that was quietly outperforming the competition, offering a staggering 17,000 crores for the acquisition. But here's the catch. Manus was built by a Chinese company, and the acquisition was completely blocked. China wasn't about to hand over what they see as proof of their ability to win the AI race to Silicon Valley. But hey, while Zuckerberg couldn't buy it, we can still use it. So today, we're going to break down exactly what this technology is, and more importantly, the dramatic financial impact these autonomous AI agents will have on your work and your team's overall efficiency. Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and explore the paradigm shift that is completely changing the definition of artificial intelligence in the workplace. If you've been using tools like ChatGPT or Claude, you're used to a very specific dynamic. You type a prompt, it types back, and then, well, you have to go and do the actual work yourself. That first generation of AI is essentially a chatbot. It acts like a really smart friend giving you advice. But Manus AI and the whole wave of autonomous agents it represents is entirely different. It doesn't just give you advice, it acts like a hired employee delivering finished work. It opens browsers, fills out forms, writes code, and literally hands you a completed project. Once you see an autonomous agent execute tasks, the chatbots you use today are going to start to feel incredibly slow. Today's agenda is your executive playbook. We're covering 1. Chatbots versus autonomous agents. 2. Automating daily managerial tasks. 3. Optimizing marketing and ads. 4. Slashing app development costs. And 5. The strategic executive advantage.
All right, Section 1, chatbots versus autonomous agents, and the technical shift making this possible.
So, how does this actually work on your machine? Here's the technical workflow for a browser agent. First, you install a Chrome extension called a browser operator and give it permissions. From that moment on, the AI can use your actual browser, logged into your accounts to do anything you could do. You give it a plain text prompt, like, let's say asking it to find a wireless mouse on Amazon India, under 2,000 rupees with 4-star ratings, compare the top 3, and add the absolute best one to the cart. The agent then navigates, types in the search bar, scrolls, clicks, and compares prices entirely autonomously. But here's where it gets truly revolutionary. It self-diagnoses and corrects its own errors. In our Amazon example, if it tries to add an item to the cart and hits a random error page, it doesn't just quit and wait for you. It recognizes the error, clicks back, navigates to the cart, and tries again without any human intervention. Or if it's organizing files and a Python script it wrote throws a syntax error, it instantly pivots and uses direct shell commands instead. It just adapts on the fly.
So, what does that actually mean for your corporate efficiency? Think about the manual click-through work your employees are doing right now on company time, comparing options, filling out some auto vendor forms, or doing repetitive LinkedIn outreach. By automating those simple browser tasks, this technology reclaims about 25 hours a year of manual labor per employee. That is 25 hours of deep strategic work you are getting back simply by handing the digital busywork over to an agent.
Moving on to Section 2, automating daily managerial tasks and reclaiming your bandwidth.
If you manage a team, you absolutely know the feeling of coming back from a long weekend, opening your communication apps, and just feeling totally overwhelmed. It usually takes a manager 1 to 2 hours of pure inbox-style anxiety just to figure out what they missed. But when you integrate an autonomous agent, you can simply ask it to summarize where you were tagged over the last 2 days. The agent will scan over 200 Slack channels in under a minute and output a clean table showing exactly who tagged you, the message, and the time. Boom, you get your morning back. As the source material perfectly highlights, the pain this removes is not just financial, it's emotional. It completely cures that inbox anxiety.
It also tackles administrative chaos with zero effort on your part. Look, we all have that messy downloads folder filled with bank statements, old screenshots, and 5 different PDFs named final_version_actual, right? By delegating this to an agent through a simple voice command, it will scan the folder, identify the files, and even write extraction scripts on the fly. In just 10 minutes, what was once 6 months of absolute file chaos is transformed into perfectly categorized folders, with every file renamed with a clear date, all accompanied by a clean tracking spreadsheet. It's magic. Let's hit section 3, optimizing marketing and ads, focusing on scalable execution. Let's look at the direct financial impact here, specifically on media buying. Most founders open their Meta Ads Manager, see a massive wall of numbers, and either spend blindly or panic and pause everything. Typically, you might hire a freelance media buyer charging anywhere from 20,000 to 50,000 rupees a month just to do daily reporting and monitoring. Well, an automated agent replaces that heavy lifting. Now, you still want a human in the loop for the ultimate strategic calls, for sure, but replacing the daily operational overhead with an agent drastically reduces your monthly burn rate, while providing the exact same, if not better, daily analysis. Furthermore, the scale of execution is just unprecedented. If you're running an influencer marketing campaign and need to find creators with specific stats, niches, and cities, doing that by hand takes days of soul-crushing manual labor. A junior marketing analyst doing this full-time would cost you 25,000 to 40,000 rupees a month. But here's the game changer. Humans work linearly, while an autonomous agent works in parallel. It can launch 200 parallel research projects all at once. It hits influencer databases, pulls data simultaneously, and delivers a fully validated spreadsheet of 200 wellness influencers in just 30 minutes. The crucial point to remember is that this agent doesn't just dump raw data at you. It acts as a proactive, full-time analyst. It can be scheduled to automatically pull your Meta ad spend every single morning at 9 a.m. It calculates your click-through rates and return on ad spend and literally tells you, hey, scale this campaign because your ROS is healthy, but pause this one because your cost is 4 times the average. It can even send you a quick Telegram alert if a cost per conversion jumps 30%. It's delivering actual analyst work, not just data aggregation. Section 4, slashing app development costs and instant prototyping. The math on this next part is simply staggering. If you want to build a simple internal mobile app, like a basic client onboarding portal, the traditional route means hiring a developer. They're going to quote you anywhere from 2 to 10 lakh rupees, and the build will take a minimum of 2 to 6 months, often plagued by bugs and scope creep. But by handing a single spec prompt to an autonomous agent, you bypass that entire initial hurdle for a fraction of the cost. The agent can scaffold, code, and deliver a functional prototype of that exact app in just 20 minutes. 20 minutes! And we're not just talking about basic, clunky scripts here. From your text prompt, the agent scaffolds real React Native projects, the exact framework human developers use. It writes the complete UI, handles the state management, and even automatically generates a company logo for the app without you explicitly asking for one. Finally, it delivers a functional, installable APK file for Android or an Expo Go QR code for your iPhone, allowing you to click through a working app on your real phone within minutes. While it might not be a polished, award-winning production app ready for the App Store on day one, it is a real, functional prototype that completely slashes early-stage development costs. Finally, Section 5, the Strategic Executive Advantage, or what I like to call true mobile delegation. This is the feature that transforms the technology from a neat desktop tool into a true lifestyle and workflow shift for leadership. By integrating the agent directly with Telegram on your phone, executives can practice actual mobile delegation. You essentially get an employee right in your pocket. You interact with it exactly the way you'd message a friend or a colleague, sending quick voice notes between meetings, and receiving finished, polished work right back on your device. Just imagine this scenario. You're walking to your car, and you simply dictate a voice note asking for research on a competitor's funding, leadership, and recent news. By the time you reach your 3 p.m. meeting, a fully cited 6-page research report is waiting for you on your phone. You can draft complex client email replies while sitting in the back of a cab, or take a photo of a messy whiteboard after a strategy session and just tell the agent to turn it into a structured project plan with action items. All of this high-level, finished output is available for a subscription cost of around 3,300 rupees a month. That is literally less than the cost of a nice dinner out. So as we wrap up this explainer, the shift is undeniable. We're moving from AI that merely answers our questions to AI that acts as a fully fledged digital employee, capable of running hundreds of complex tasks in parallel. I want you to look at your team's current workflows and bottlenecks. Consider the massive financial ROI and the immense emotional bandwidth saved by replacing manual click-throughs, data gathering, and initial prototyping with autonomous agents. And ask yourself this critical question. What 10 hours of manual, soul-crushing work are you gonna delegate to an agent tomorrow? The technology is here, it's autonomous, and it is ready to be hired.